Okay, I'm Wanda Flora. I'm 52 years old. I live in Roanoke, Virginia. I have had seizures since I was approximately 20 years old. Went through every medication, combination of medications, everything, trying to get rid of the seizures and never could completely get rid of them. I had a partial temporal lobectomy. They tried to go in and remove the focal spot that the seizures were stemming from. It was a really long process. I was in the hospital for a long time at UVA, a couple weeks, because they had to do um, EKGs or EEGs and EKGs and everything to locate the exact spot and everything. And so then they did the partial temporal lobectomy, removed the spot, the focal spot that the seizures were stemming from. And that was supposed to take care of it. But I came home and it lasted a little while, and then the seizures were back again. So I went back in the hospital and they looked and they said that the focal point of the seizures, when they did surgery, it had jumped during surgery. So they went back in the second time doing brain surgery and removed it where it had jumped to. And then I was good for a few months and the seizures came back again. And when they checked into it that time, they said that the focal point had jumped on the second surgery, but jumped to the right side of the brain, and they couldn't operate on the left and the right. So that's when UVA said, we give up. This is something you got to live with. So that's when I started sending emails to every place, and I came home and I just started emailing all the doctors and hospitals and, saying, can somebody help me? And that's when Johns Hopkins emailed me back pretty quickly and said, get up here and let's see what we can do. Yeah, it was pretty extensive surgery because they had to shave my head and, it was major. But luckily we found this diet and I took care of it. I wish I'd have found the diet before the surgeries, but when I first went on it, I think I was about the only adult on it. So I wasn't really part of a trial, but they were doing all the things with the children at that time. And they knew I was just anxious for something. And so that's when I started on it then, and have been followed by them since then. Started out and I saw Dr. Bergey, which is the adult neurologist up there, and he had got me to come up there and talk to him, and he tried explaining to me there was one or two new medicines out and that kind of thing, and I was like, well, kind of feel like medicines aren't working. And he said, well, I've got a friend in here, his name is Eric Kossoff and brought him in there to talk to me, and he was telling about how the study had gotten started and everything about the Atkins diet, modified Atkins with the kids. And that's when I told him I was interested in trying it for an adult. So I started on it that way. It was miraculous because my seizures stopped immediately when I started the diet. And knock on wood, have not had a seizure since I started the diet. So that is, I started to probably about 16 years, 16, 17 years. Yeah. And people have told me, and, the doctors and stuff, if I wanted to try to go off of the diet and see if things are fixed. I'm like, I'm not messing with it. Leave everything alone. So I don't want to mess with any of that. And the benefit of the diet was, when I started it, I have been on so many seizure medicines. I was very obese. And so the diet, the good side effect of it was I lost about 110 pounds and have kept them off. So it was, because when I started, having the seizures and stuff, and all the medications just made me blow up really big as side effects. And so that was a benefit of the diet too, is to have that to hey, I like this, I'm losing weight. Some of the medications just made you want to sleep all the time. Really bad with that. And there was the weight gain was just about every medicine was the weight gain. But the weight gain and being tired and kind of feeling out of it were the two biggest side effects. So I guess it was like about a month into it, I was seeing that I was losing weight, plus I was seeing no seizures. So I saw results pretty quickly. The Lamictal, and I'm still on that. The doctors, Dr. Cervenka and stuff, they've given me the option of trying to come off of, the Lamictal since I've been seizure-free for so long. But I'm one of these people that's like my safety net. I hadn't had any seizures that long, and just leave the medicine alone. Yeah. So I was like, oh, we're leaving it alone, because I always tell people that when I sit down to eat, I look at the plate as my steering wheel. And if I eat the wrong things, there goes my driver's license.